how's it going, people? Welcome back to our channel with some more Arsenal transfer news, transfer updates, discussions, and of course, opinions. Today we have quite surprising things, to be honest. Players going in, coming out again, it's all over the place. Obviously, transfer window hasn't opened just yet. There's still some time. Obviously, certain teams already have signed certain players. Today's biggest news, Mbappe has signed for Real Madrid, of course. Yesterday, Champions League, Real Madrid won that, of course, inevitably in a way. But at the end of the day, today we are again talking, of course, about Arsenal. Today we're going to talk about, again, players coming in, going out. We're going to give you my opinion on them. Let me know down in comments what you think, of course. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Thank you so much for amazing support so far. And let's get into the video. And we're kicking things off with potential player that might leave. Obviously, yesterday there was a mini report that Napoli kinda are eyeing Emil Smith-Rowe potentially for signing, but knowing how it's happening in Italy, very unlikely, especially I don't think Emil Smith-Rowe himself would want to leave England and London specifically. And here we are, another London club is potentially eyeing him. Marco Silva is eyeing him for Fulham. Fulham have prioritized signing Arsenal midfielder Emil Smith-Rowe for the upcoming summer transfer window. So that came out in very interesting fashion, and here it is. They have made him, Marco Silva is desperate to improve his attacking options and has singled out the Arsenal's man as the player he wants. Fulham are ready to bid early in the window for Smith-Rowe, with any sale representing pure profit for Arsenal. Obviously, since Emil Smith-Rowe is a Helen graduate, anything we sell him for will be a profit. It will go very good in balancing checkbooks and FFP and sustainability and all that stuff. And it just it's a bit of a sad thing, obviously. At this stage where Arsenal are, emotional attachment to players should not be such a big thing. Obviously, mostly because, let's be real, we are on top of the table pretty much. We are near there, we need to win. And at this stage, babysitting players shouldn't be a thing. Obviously, Emil Smith-Rowe has been done a bit dirty by Mikel Arteta, I'm not gonna lie. Because him and Bukayo Saka single-handedly saved his job like 3 years ago. And this season, he won the Euros before the season with the England squad under 21s. Then he came to see Arsenal, got injured. Unfortunately, he was in great form before that, but he got ridiculed with injuries, so he didn't play as much. He got a little cameo here or there, and in January transfer window, we got some news that he might be leaving, but at the end of the day, Mikel Arteta kind of slammed it all down, that he has sat down with Emil Smith-Rowe, talked to him, and he has a very important role to play. Everyone is expecting that and everything and all that. What we saw in the second part of the season was the same thing we saw in the first part of the season. He didn't play pretty much at all. He had one full game against Luton where he got man of the match. Then he had a few cameos, 5 minutes here or there. Then he had a 20-minute sub against Everton and everything. And at the end of the day, he got very, very mistreated in a way. And now with Arsenal being where they are, they need to raise funds to sign more of a quality players. Because, again, although Emil Smith-Rowe can play where Odegaard plays, well, maybe left 8, maybe left wing as well. He has good connection with Bukayo Saka if he plays on that side as well and everything. As much as he does great, he has a good engine on him. It looks like Mikel Arteta in a way isn't the biggest fan of him. And by the looks of things, it looks like he might be moving on. He was one of those players that in my video I did a few days ago about selling players, we could potentially get about 25 million, 30 million for him. If we get anything below 20, it will be a disgrace. The fact that we are selling an English player and we are selling to one of our, not a quote-unquote rivals, but in a way a team who did a double over us pretty much the last season and ultimately at the end of the season, in a way, cost us the title. I could see Arsenal asking for 25-30 million. Yes, you would like a bit more, but it is what it is. We are here at the end of the day. And the thing is, we are looking to sell quite a bit of English players. Edin Nketiah, Emil Smith-Rowe, Aaron Ramsdale, and so on. And that also kind of drops down the English quota you need to have as a team. So Arsenal definitely will need to sign some players. That's why I think they're maybe promoting Ethan Nwaneri as well, maybe to put in the team so they can fill up the English quota and everything. So it remains to be seen as a mystery, but definitely, if Emil Smith-Rowe moves to Fulham, it's definitely a good move to him, because the class and the quality Emil Smith-Rowe possesses and his work ethic, he could be one of the main guys for Fulham, 100%. He fits in the way Marco Silva wants to play also very nicely, and if he goes 25-30 million, definitely wouldn't be against that. Obviously, it would be sad to see him go after everything, but at certain stage, you need to let it go. Moving on to Fofana. Now, this is a big one. Yusuf Fofana. Monaco are prepared to sell Yusuf Fofana, a target for Arsenal and Manchester United, for 20 million. And I'll repeat that again, 20 million. With a 25-year-old's contract set to end next year. 20 million for Fofana is a steal and a half. If we can afford to take 35 million gamble on Fabio Vieira, 20 odd million gamble on Sambi Lokonga, then 100% we can afford to pay 20 million for Yusuf Fofana. Because he definitely would fit into Arsenal's team quite nicely. He played in the preseason tournament last season, scored against us as well. He looked very decent for Monaco. He's one of Monaco's best players they have. And let's be real, if we need a party replacement, definitely he can do the job. I think definitely the midfield of Fofana and Rice definitely would be quite interesting to look. It would be a very interesting dynamic. And I definitely believe that Yusuf Fofana would be quite nice addition to Arsenal's squad. Now, whether it's going to happen or not remains to be seen, because as you can see, United is here in it as well. There are other teams starting to lurk around as well, because let's be real, 20 million is like pocket change. Nothing more, nothing less. Especially, we just talked about Emil Smith-Rowe. We can sell him for about 25-30 million. So selling one Smith-Rowe gets us Fofana with our eyes closed. It gets us the price and his wages. So definitely there is a big argument to be made for Fofana. And it would be criminal from Mikel Arteta and Edu in a way not to try and go for him. Because we need a Partey replacement. If Partey stays, let's just say there's a world where Partey stays for one more season at Arsenal, we let him go on free next summer. We need a backup for Thomas Partey. And let's be real, Fofana would be a perfect one. Definitely he can learn from Partey, learn from Rice for next season to become the main guy. Definitely 100% it could be done. So definitely, if Arsenal are going for him, get him. Get him no matter what. He has the strength, he can score, he can assist, he can do it all. Definitely with a good pass on him, so I would definitely encourage Arsenal to go for him. The question obviously remains whether it's going to happen or not. Whether Arteta wants him or not. Because if it was up to me, I would sign him. But always, Arteta wants what he wants, so it can go either way basically. But for me, it would be a major disappointment if we actually don't even put in a bid for him. Moving on to a guy I have heard legitimately nothing about. His name is Mikhail Faye, or however he is. 19-year-old Senegalese defender who plays predominantly left back, plays for Barcelona's B team, who are in Spanish 3rd division. He played 33 odd games last season and everything. He looks like next season he might be called up for Barcelona's main squad, and but Barcelona obviously have financial issues. And that comes with a chance of them to getting some extra money in selling him, because he's very highly rated Senegalese center back, and if they would sell him, they would ask around 17 to 20 million euros. So that is actually not a bad price. Not a bad price for a player. Now the thing about this is, I have no idea how he looks, how he plays, and how he does anything. If you asked me if I had to spend money on him, let's just say, or Hato, for example, from Ajax, I'm definitely going for Hato. There's no shadow of a doubt about that. Because Hato can play the same positions, he is a more proven, everyone he's on plays on a bigger stage, and all that stuff, obviously. Faye, on the other hand, is a mystery. It's another project, it's another gamble Arsenal would take, Arteta would take. The issue is Arteta and Edu love these gambles, and until they get it out of their systems, I don't think anything would change. So, if you know about anything about him, let me know down in comments below, please. Because legit, besides his name, age, and the money that is asked for him, plus the positions he usually plays in left center back and left back, I know nothing. Maybe Arsenal are preparing to sell Kivior to AC Milan potentially, who knows. Let me know down in comments below if you know anything about him, but for me, this is a no-go. 17 to 20 million, just add money and sign proper players. Because at the moment, Arsenal are in a position where we don't need projects anymore. We need quality and experience to add to the youth and inexperience we have in our team. And here we are. We talked about this yesterday as well. We talked about Fabrizio Romano, that he said nothing has been fully said on Benjamin Šeško. and Arsenal doesn't rule out also Osimhen. Fabrizio Romano said that, and there are a bit of more information today coming out that also Chelsea are very hella interested in him. So definitely we are now, as much as we are going after player, Chelsea are looking who everyone is going after and trying to get the same players. They're doing that with Tosin, they're doing that with Šeško, they're doing someone else, I think, who won it, United or Newcastle, they won another player and they're trying to go for him as well. So basically proving that Chelsea have no scouting, they just go what other teams are going for. Hey ho. But looks of things, Arsenal, the more they're gonna drag this out, they are gonna attract more interest from other clubs. Plus, to add to that, there were reports that Arsenal want to deal basically being all done by June 14 before the Euros begin, because Šeško is gonna play in Euros, and where it's gonna happen or not definitely remains to be seen. It's a bit of a rumor as well about the June 14th. I think many teams just want to see how the other players play in the cup, in the Euros. Now, for me, it's not the best way to judge a player because in the cup, in Euros, you don't get the full picture. For example, Poland, when Lewandowski plays up top, is useless there. All pretty much useless. We know that year in, year out. When he plays for Borussia Dortmund, he was incredible. When he played for Barcelona, he was very good most of the time. So definitely, playing in the cup tournaments doesn't show the full picture because players could hit a purple patch in the tournament, get the team far, and his price just skyrockets straight up for the team. So definitely, you can't judge book by one game, by one page basically, let's just say that. So it all remains to be seen, but Arsenal haven't set properly their mind on one striker. It's still up in the air according to Fabrizio Romano, and what's gonna happen, nobody knows just yet, unfortunately. So we'll have to sit patiently and wait, but if it was up to me, I would go for Šeško if we had a proper striker. Since we don't have a proper striker, I'd rather go for Isak, I'm not gonna lie. But it's Arsenal, and as much as I hate to say this, if Arteta decides that Havertz will start there, Šeško will be a backup or whatever, I have to back that for at least one season. So it is what it is, because this season is the last straw for me with Mikel Arteta. I'm already on the fence. 95% Arteta out, 5% in. If he doesn't deliver this season, I'm starting rant videos and getting him out of the club. And the more we're gonna lose, and in more emphatic fashion we're gonna lose, that we do nothing, the more angry I will get and the more rant videos will come. Already I'm preparing you that for the next season. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. We'll have to wait and see what's happening with Benjamin Šeško. Obviously, it's quite a long time at the moment since the deals are starting to come through. The transfer window is slowly starting only to heat up. So again, with Arsenal especially, since we are linked with every single player, we need to prepare for a very, very long summer. Anyhow, those are transfer news rumors for you today. Let me know down in comments what you think about Šeško, potentially Emil Smith-Rowe leaving for Fulham. Would you sell him for 25-30 million? Let me know down in comments below also. Euros are just around the corner. Let me know who are your favorites to win. Take care, enjoy your evening, and see you all in the next video. Peace.